are selling on the black market. Live stream. Okay, I just accepted it. So there are a lot of resellers. There are a lot of white labelers at the moment, but we are South Africa's license, which means the South African Health Practitioners Regulatory Authority. They are the health body of the country that has given us our license. So that's number one. We're a licensed.
Sorry, Ruth, we are live also on YouTube. Those people who have video, just be careful. We're also on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. So we are licensed. We are ISO accredited. Sibu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and Tabi Singh, you're there as well. Okay, so we're ISO accredited, which means that we're accredited according to international systems operating standards, according to ISO 13485, ISO 9001, which means we are manufacturing in a medical facility, a facility that's conducive to produce a medical device. We're also halal certified, which I know there's to ensure religious inclusions. So our facility is halal certified. Then we also have our product internationally safety tested for cytotoxicity, vaginal sensitivity, and vaginal irritation. So we've got our product internationally safety certified. So I've covered all the licensing and the accreditations and the safety of the product. We operate from our manufacturing plant is in Randburg in South Africa. We're predominantly a woman-run manufacturing plant. The idea is to have a turnkey solution involving from start to closing up the circle with logistics of women-owned companies. That is our ideal situation. Part one of the session last week is we took everyone on a virtual tour of the manufacturing plant, and we've answered a lot of myths, and we debunked a lot of myths about the use of menstrual cups. So I'm going to spare that discussion for now. We can either take it offline or we can have it in the question and answer session. But what we're here to do in this follow-up meeting is how we're here with Lois. Lois is from Zambia. Now, Lois is gone quite in advanced stages of securing herself as a distributor in Zambia of our product. So she's going to help the others in the other parts of the country as to how she's gone through the process of going through the Bureau of Standards, going through her Ministry of Health, and she, as with her NPO, is going to be, she powers, what's the word? She powers designated, if I can say that, distributor in Zambia, because we are trying to secure just one or two or more distributors in the various African countries, and our license allows us to distribute throughout Africa. So I'm going to hand over to Lois, and she's going to tell us her process of what she followed and what she had to do in order to give you guys the heads up of the processes involved in becoming a distributor and going through your various countries' channels in order to get this legal systems in place. Over to you, Lois.
Thank you so much, Ruth. What is happening right now here in Zambia? First and foremost, I requested you to send me the samples, which you did. And then when I went further to find out from Ministry of Health, I started from bottom, and then I started going up. So from bottom, I started from the local, and then I went to international level. At the local level, they said, no, we can't go ahead minus authority from the top. They told me that, in fact, if you come with the certification from Bureau Standards, ZAMRA, the same places you've mentioned, it means us will not question. It means the government has authorized. So what I did is I had to travel because where I'm staying in another northern part of Zambia, and the process is being done in the city here in Lusaka. So I traveled. Right now, as we are speaking, I'm in the city of Lusaka. I specifically came for the same assignment. So in the morning, I rushed. I went to Zamra, where I drafted the letter. I explained what my mission is, what I intend to do. Like you've mentioned, I want to become the distributor here. Apart from that, I'm also marrying it to my own organization. That's what I've done. So I've written a letter. I've taken it to Zamra, and what they've done is they've even date stamped. I think I've sent some evidence to you showing that they've received. They've told me they work on it. Usually it takes for Zamra, it's 5 days, 5 working days. The certification should be done. So come next week, I'm expecting a certificate from them approving. Then from there, I went to another department, which is bureau, because I know any of the two, if they approve, it means I'm set. Whichever will do the process fast. We have Zamra and the same bureau. So I went to bureau standard. There they requested they'll actually do the test. They'll redo the test to check on the fungal, how good the same menstrual cup is for a woman, if it will not cause any side effects. So I was actually charged. They'll do about 4 tests, which I've done the payments. And I actually negotiated with the man who is in charge there. I requested him to do the process fast because I told him that before we close, I know we are going towards Christmas break. Please, I requested him, emphasizing that kindly do this job, that before, by next week, possibly give me the results. So he even gave me the number. I said, no problem. Since you've done all the requirements, come next week by Tuesday. I'm sure the results will be out. From there, I moved now to another ministry. Usually what happens, if you want to work in the community, you should have a certification from Ministry of Community Development. So even there, I've done the application. I think they'll clear the name for the organization tomorrow in the system, which will give me access now to pay. And they've told me that the good news is the body members will be in next week. So if all goes well, I'm sure every paperwork will be done by next week. So what is important, what I'm trying to say is find out from, if I have those letters, it means Ministry of Health will not have any problem, because it means it's been analysis has already been done, and they've said this thing, it's okay and it's perfect to run with it.
Hey, congratulations, Joyce. That's dedication, right?
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations. I just hope that it goes well.
Yeah, I pray so too.
Okay.
Unless you have any questions, I think that's how I've done it from this end. And I'm very eager and keen that I speed up the whole process. I don't want to miss any opportunity. You know, in life, I will just encourage you, my fellow women and the gentlemen from Nigeria. When you're given an opportunity, utilize it, and don't realize when it's too late, when somebody hijacks and takes over.
We are not hearing.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing, sorry.
Oh, I was saying that I'm just trying to encourage my other friends, from the lady from South Africa and the gentleman from Nigeria, that utilize this opportunity. When you have an opportunity, you run your race as quickest as you can. Because if you misuse this opportunity, you might try somebody who is behind you overtakes. Correct. So I'm trying by all means to utilize, because I'm seeing this as a very big opportunity for me. Thank you so much for your time, Ruth.
Thank you. Okay, sorry, Joy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Ruth, Lois, I'm sorry, I had not put you on spotlight. Probably some people had not seen your face.
No
explaining, but we did hear you. And it's so important what you just said there. I have seen some people are joining now, and also we're also live on YouTube. It just shows how, you know, sometimes you only learn when you're together with others, and real practical ways, right? So right now, what you're saying is that you have managed to put the already in Zambia market. So that is already a plus, you know, something that will make others, like anybody else want to join in later will have to follow the same process, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
actually, and the exciting part about all this thing, you know, I'll talk of bureau. Just the same person who is in charge was just excited about hearing about this program. He was like, no, you know, this is a very good opportunity. We are talking of other. We shouldn't just, as much as we are looking at it as in the business part, I'm also looking at it to a girl child in rural setup, just like we discussed last time. For those with organization, this can be another route to Robin for funds. So me, I'm looking at it both angles, both trading and also for funding for my organization. Because if I get those items and I also donate, the first I will donate to one of the schools here as I'll try to launch my organization, and lobbying from corporate affairs, community corporate affairs, which is looking at the needs of the community.
oh wow, this is really good news, you know, and that means anybody from Zambia who wants product from Ruth will tell them, oh, well, we have a distributor, contact Lloyd, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's so important so that people can understand the process you went, because each country has to test the product again under their Bureau of Standards, right?
Yes.
You have in South Africa is already green light because Ruth is from South Africa and the product is there in South Africa. Anybody from there can start reselling and really having it in the market, being a distributor, right, Ruth?
Yeah.
So
what is important is each time you're starting something, understand your government very well so that you don't have issues. If you go through the right processes, in case in the future there are any errors, you'll be able to say this thing, the tests were done here. So I think unless you are saying that the government made an error. So if it's certified by our government, it means we are set to go. There are no queries about it.
So perfect. So, and which ministry did you go to so that people, and yours in Zambia has a special name, right? What is it called?
Yeah, here in Zambia, first I went to Ministry of Health at the local level, provincial, where they advised me to first go to Bureau Standard, where they analyze everything and is it okay. Apart from that, ZAMRA, it's looking at specifically medical analysis, medicine and other equipment which are done under health. So if these two are, they produce the certificate, it means they're saying the product is okay and perfect for a girl child, even a woman to use. It doesn't have any side effects.
And having the certificate already from South Africa, that also
yeah,
speeds up
it's a backup, it's a plus. Actually, they were actually browsing through, checking what tests they were doing. Then they said, okay, fine, this is great, and we'll do the test.
And did they call you Ruth to find out whether it's real or fake? Or?
No.
Oh.
Those what the stuff that they wouldn't call me, but they'll call the organization that issued it. So the regulatory body, because these are authentic. These certificates don't have my details on it. It's like a contact person. If they want to verify and authenticate, they would contact the regulatory body directly.
And so what certificate did they ask?
Joyce, can I come in?
Yeah. Let me ask one more question. What certificate did they ask for?
For me, what I did is I asked for all the necessary document in terms of all the tests from Ruth, which she did email me because I knew that those documents were very important. Without that, there would be a lot of questions. But if they see that these things are actually certified by international standard, it means it's a good product. So I just requested minus them asking for more information. I thought it's important that I have all the documents. As I'm going there, I'm ready and I shouldn't be caught unaware. So that's why I did that. And I think it's been helpful because I was just representing everything. Then I also give them the sample.
Okay.
That was it.
Go ahead. Who was that? I wanted to ask a question. Prepare yourself questions. That's fine. Who was that?
Tabisi.
So I wanted to say also issue of training because these kids need to know how to use it. So there's a rollout of training for proper use and for hygienic purposes. So funding purposes will be also to include that training, services as well.
Are you muted, Ruth? Sorry, there was some noises there.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so Ntabi Singh, to answer your question, yes, we do. We've got a very detailed leaflets and flyers, and also we do offer training where we train the trainers, because a lot of the communities have already got existing community workers that do reproductive health and that kind of thing. So at the moment, what we're doing is we train the trainers. Or if we're going to the schools, we're doing it with them directly, or we're getting on the ground people that we're training that would go to the schools and that kind of thing. So to answer your question, it's yes to all that.
But mine was more on Joyce's, because he was saying for her organization is going to be for funding purposes, but also to sell. So I was saying even for funding, it will be on the rollout as well.
Oh, you're speaking to Lois. Lois, can you answer that?
Maybe I didn't get the question correct. Kindly.
Okay, so it was a comment. It was not a question, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody?
What was your comment? Sorry, I didn't get
Hello. Hello.
So my comment was, when you do rollouts, you're gonna need training. So I was saying even part of funding would be on the rollout of education or for educational purposes. That was my comment.
Okay.
Yes, Lois, we did discuss that, Lois. You remember on our last meeting that with the model, with the uterus models, that we will train you and train.
Yeah.
So that's all been covered. So Ntabi Singh, you spot on with that for Lois.
Okay,
Exactly.
I can see Peace, you have some question to ask?
Yes. Good evening. How is Ruth? How is
Hi,
Joy?
Peace. How you doing? Hi, Peace.
Hi. Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Greetings from Rwanda.
Thank you.
How is
Yeah,
Rwanda?
Zambia.
Greetings from Rwanda. Thank you, Joy. You are always coordinating us and giving us good information. So I wanted to ask, because I've been asking myself, if I go to the Bureau Standards Board and Rwanda Food and Drug Authority, and I tell them about the product, and also I show them the brochures, all the demonstration pictures that Ruth has been sharing. I was wondering if they will not ask me about the samples. So I wanted to know how maybe Ruth shares the samples, so that if I want to register, if I go to the process of registering as a distributor, how I can go about it in Rwanda by first of all looking at those two agencies. They are the ones that test about the Food and Drug Authority and the Standards Board. They test about those products that come from outside. And then after that, I could look at taxation matters with products from South Africa. So one question was, how do we get samples? And also, is it manufactured elsewhere, the product, or it is the first product in Africa, being South African product? And also demonstration I had about it, the training that you would provide. Maybe you will explain more whether it is only virtual or whether it is physical when maybe COVID is over, then whether if the final process is finalized, whether you can come to Rwanda, things like that. But first of all, I was interested in how to get the sample so that if I start registration with the government agencies, how do I get a sample?
Okay. So, were you on the first piece? Is this your first session, or did you join us for the very first one? No, I'm not.
I think this is our first time.
Okay, so
yeah, it's my first time.
Your first time, okay. So what Lois has done is Lois says because the the courier system at the moment is all losing stuff and whatever. But I tell you what Lois has done. Lois called me and she says, Ruth, I've got someone. I need you to deliver some samples. And it was about not very far from our office, and we had samples delivered to Lois's contact here in Johannesburg, and they took it over to her in to Zambia when they arrived like a couple of days later in Zambia. So if you could perhaps if you know of anyone that's coming from Johannesburg to you in Rwanda, we can send you a few samples so that you can have that tested.
Okay, thank you very much. I think when Rwanda starts the flying to South Africa, I think now they are on hold.
Yes.
So when they start, I think we'll communicate and see whether someone can deliver it to Rwanda office in Joburg
Or
at the airport.
Yeah. Please, also, you can perhaps just contact me after this, and we can try and talk and see how we can get you some samples. Is that okay, please?
Yeah.
All right. So just contact me offline, I mean, out of the group, and let's talk and see how we can get you some samples.
Yeah, and also don't know whether you managed to connect with the Jumia logistic, because they can do this for you too. But I wonder how they do it.
You see also at this point in time, Joy, it's got to be a cost that the prospective distributor carries. If I'm going to be just sending free samples at my expense to courier, it's just going to become go out of control. So I'm prepared to send the samples. I'm prepared to provide the samples for free, but the cost of the courier or getting it there, like how Lois organized it, and my guys.
Yeah, I paid for.
Yeah, she sorted with her people and whatever. We had it delivered to them, and she sorted the payments between whoever brought it to her. So I'm very happy to give free samples to have them tested and all that. But in terms of the couriering and how it gets from me to you, it's got to be something that you guys have got to take responsibility for.
Yeah, so guys, we have Jumia, and I'm going to send you links because I think they should be having a very good way of sending. You can also use others, cheaper ones. I'm just giving you an option to look at it. But I don't know whether Jumia Logistics are in Rwanda, but I think they are. But I'll let you know which countries or which best way you can send product. And I'm sure there's a lot of movement going on within the two countries. Anyway, right now it's quite sensitive, but I can imagine. So I'm sure you hear those people who are very new who are not here. I'm hoping I can see more than what I am seeing here because it's on WhatsApp. So can you see anything? Yeah. What are you seeing?
Yeah. We're seeing your distributor leaflet.
Okay,
yes,
just the leaflet. Okay, I was hoping to show you the whole WhatsApp thing so that you can see more than just that. Okay. The whole idea was to show you there were some videos that we had already engaged in the beginning. So I'm going to show you right now from the WhatsApp. So I think you can see my WhatsApp now somehow, right?
Yeah, this we were at in Katlehong. These were kids HIV from an orphanage. And yeah, we had a beautiful day with these girls.
Yeah, so this princess who is also working very hard in South Africa with the program, which was 16 days
Activism.
And I think it's still going on, right?
Yes, yeah,
So,
it finishes on the 10th.
So I wanted to show you the product so that you have an idea. I hope I can also get to show you the video. Can you hear anything?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, this is wonderful.
Yes, we can see. I can see this.
So this is one of our members who went there and she got herself. That I think that is Razia from South Africa who visited the place and she got the product there. And these are the trainings that she gives when you go there practically. And there's quite a lot that was also going on there. I think there's also the group from there. That is our dear Razia.
Oh, this is beautiful. Just want to, so I can show the ladies that I was here. There we are. There's Ruth. There's Ruth.
And so actually that's where the manufacturing is happening, as you can see on that spot. So I'm just going through our WhatsApp group so that you have a little bit a bigger picture of what's going on there, and how you can, there's an instruction how you can get the product going. Okay, there's so much going in there which was not part of this. So yes, this is another team that went there, right? That's all the princess who also there in the plan. They did come over and they did see quite a lot in there, because it's also good to go see if you're in South Africa, take the chance, but I don't know how it is right now, but you can have a look at, see how it is on your side. So the product actually looks like like this. So that's the product, and they come in different colors. So I think these are the two colors, right?
Yeah, these are just two of many colors, but these are the main colors. And then there's, of course, there's the see-through ones as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, the transparent ones as well. And it's very
How do
important.
they become small?
Oh, sorry.
I see them to be very big.
Sorry?
I see them, they seem to be big. How do they become small so that someone can use it?
Okay.
Sorry, I was just showing you a video in between. Let me just stop it so that you can continue your question.
Yeah, stop with the video. So this is what a menstrual cup is, right? We manufacture them in 3 sizes. They come in small for the first-time menstruators that, you know, from 12 years old to about 16. Then there's a medium from about 16 years to about 20. And then there's large. So it just depends on the flow. It depends on the where the uterus and whether it's whether the uterus is high, whether the uterus is low. It all depends on that. But you asked about how does a big cup fit into the vagina. So this is what a cup is like. There's a couple of folds. There's a C fold, which is, can you see this? You directly just fold it in half, or you take it and you push it down like this, and you almost create like a, you know, like a point. You see the point?
Yes.
Okay. Or you can just take it like this and you fold it over to the stem, and you've got this point. And then what all you do is, just give me a second. So all you do is you gently put it in, and it sits like this in the uterus. Now you don't have to be afraid, because as they say, it's only one way in. It's an it's, you know, there's no entrance and exit. So a lot of women's fear is, when I insert it, is it going to come out in my throat? Is it going to go into my, you don't have to worry about those kind of things. It's just one way in. And the way the anatomy is formed, it's going nowhere. The beauty about this is there's holes that are on here. So what happens is, when you insert it, the holes create a vacuum, and it sits nice and flush in like this. So now this is the uterus. This is where the blood, it's almost like the uterus is the tap, that's the blood, and your menstrual cup is the bucket, and it flows here. So there is I usually leave this at the office, so I'm very excited to have it here at home. So all you do is, when you do the fold, this is the most common fold where people don't like to faff. They just simply like to just take it like this and just make it into a half, literally like that. And all you do is you stretch the labia, and you just insert it in, and it absolutely, it just slides in, and it nicely sits. It just hits that sweet spot. And then if you feel like it maybe didn't open, you just take your fingers a little bit and you twist it just a tiny bit, and you will hit that sweet spot where you will know that it's popped open. Once it sits like this, it ain't going anywhere. You don't have to worry about anything. Then the next question is, okay, it's in. So for me personally, because I'm an ex-tampon user, I'm used to having my string hanging. So I like the stem to be long. Please note that the stem is cut, you're able to trim it. But I say trim it after day 2 of you using it. Recommend day 2, because the first day is not a good sign to say, I like the stem or I don't like the stem. The second day after you use it, you're able to tell, yeah, it fitted comfortable, but I just don't like the stem. I know the young people like to trim it. Me as an older person, I'm feeling comforted. I like the stem to hang a bit, because as I say, I'm used to having the string of the tampon, hanging. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you find it's uncomfortable, by all means, trim it a little bit. But like I say, I repeat, do not go and trim it on the first day, because you will not be able to gauge on the first day. When you're taking it out, say now what I do, I insert it at 6 in the morning, and then I go throughout the day, because I am a regular bleeder. So I'm a regular bleeder. So what I do is I go through the entire day. It sounds terrible, but I have to say it. You wee as normal with it on. You poo as normal with it on. You do not have to remove it when you're doing any of your other private businesses in the toilet. You go on your business with it there, minding its own business. When I get home at 6 in the evening, what I do is, just before I shower or while I'm in the shower, all I do is I pull the stem a little bit. When I can reach the base, this is the stem, this is the base. All you do is, when you reach the base, you pinch it. Remember the suction that was created when you inserted it? Now we need to break the seal. So when you pinch the stem, you release and you break the seal, and it comes out very easily. Hold it upright and firm as you're pulling it out, because you don't want this blood spilling all over. Pull it out very gently when you pull it, and then you take it to your bathroom or the toilet. You empty it out. You do not need soaps. You do not need detergents. All I do is, then when I empty it out, I take a little bit of warm water, I rinse it, I reinsert it, and I sleep through the night. When I get up in the morning at 6 again and I go to the shower, I repeat the process. And then I continue. And then after 5 days, my periods are getting a little bit shorter now as I'm getting older. So after 5 days, I just take half a cup of boiling water. I just sit it in there. I just wiggle it a bit like this and rinse it out. And then I pack it into one of my cases. As you see, it comes in a beautiful sheep power. They come in beautiful cases in different colors. And pack it away until your next period. And this is the beauty of it. It's so classy, it's so discreet that even if you're in a shopping center, if the girls are in school or in university, they can also use this case to put their lip glosses or whatever. And when they need to go to the bathroom, nobody will even know that this is where they're keeping their sheep power menstrual cups. So did that answer the question about how you get a cup, how you insert it?
Yes, yes. I had seen it somehow, but I wanted to hear from you.
Okay. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. Any other questions?
Yeah, I had one question that is it the first time in the world being South Africa the manufacturer of such a product, or there are some developed countries where such products are manufactured?
Well, let me just give you a little bit of a history. So the first time this product was made was in 1937. It was made by an American woman, an American scientist who was tasked with the brief. We've got European sportswomen that need to still compete competitively when they're on their period. So the first menstrual cup was made in 1937. Obviously, it was made at round about the same time when the tampons were made. It just hasn't gotten momentum because it's a bit of a market disruptor because everybody wants solutions that's needed monthly. With a menstrual cup, we say it can last you between 5 and 10 years. Now, the industry for the pads don't want to hear that for up to between 5 and 10 years, a girl is never going to need to buy a pad. So the industry, it's almost like it's more profitable to cure cancer than to treat cancer than to cure it. So to answer your question, there are, at the moment in this country, we were told by the South African Health Practitioners Regulatory Body, who gives the licenses, that we are the first licensed manufacturer. So that would mean whoever else is selling their white labeling, which means they're buying it from China or from India, and they're just putting their own personal label and they're selling it. But as Lois would attest to it, when you're doing it the proper way, you got to be able to produce licenses. You got to be able to produce certifications. Now, if you ask all these other people, where did you get your product from? If you're claiming to be proudly South African and whatever, can you show me where you're manufacturing? That's where the conversation is going to end. So we are saying there are a few people, we don't obviously allow just every man on the street into our manufacturing plant, but we certainly allow anyone who needs to authenticate that we are manufacturers, and we've got our licenses and we've got our certificates to back our claim that we are indeed manufacturers.
Wow, that's quite intensive answers. Peace, I hope we've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. What I would advise, if they haven't protected it, then they could also go for protection.
You mean
I
IP?
mean protecting the product. Yeah, IP.
Intellectual and copyrights, yeah.
Yeah, you see, in terms of IP, we've had a mold. So you just can't go. It's not like making muffins where you can just go and buy a muffin tray and you make your variation and I make my variation of muffin. In addition to buying a manufacturing plant, we had to have a mold designed according to absolute world standard of product. Our product is, it meets UNICEF standards. in terms of, where's this? In terms of the length of the stem, the viscosity of the material, just the texture, even our raw material is certified as well. So there's a lot of things. It's not like someone can just, as I say, go and buy something and just duplicate or replicate it. It's not like that. This is a very specific mold that was made with the manufacturing machine that was made for us.
Great.
Good.
I hope, Peace, you're having the product coming to Rwanda now, so you have enough homework to do. It's in Zambia, so it's West Africa. In Kenya, we are still finding out.
So I will start.
Go ahead.
Anyone else?
Oh, I was saying that sure, I will start the process.
Yes, you see it's working, and Zambia started for the last meeting. We had the second meeting for those who are listening. And actually, I found a video that you shared initially, and I'm going to play for people here so that they can see exactly, and this is how to market it. We also share it in the WhatsApp group. Let me play it now.
Oh, yes, okay.
This at least more gives a little big picture.
Welcome to South Africa's first fully licensed women-owned manufacturing facility. The first area is our staff relaxation zone and chill room. Beautifully designed, calm, cool, and relaxing for the staff just for their enjoyment. And now we proceed to the male and female visitors change rooms. We all enter the facilities to be kitted in full protective gear from head to shoes. We proceed to the sanitary hand wash area where both the soap dispensers and the taps are touchless. Only authorized staff is allowed to use the facility, which is access controlled. This is the facility. The first thing that you would notice is that our floors are fully epoxy coated. Our entire facility walls are designed with non-porous fiberglass. The purpose is to eliminate any bacteria or dirt. Now this is our 8-cavity 3-size menstrual cup machine. This is quality control checkpoint 1, where the cups are quality inspected by sizers. And then it is punched, and its purpose is to create breathing holes on those menstrual cups. The cups are heated to 280 degrees for 3 hours to complete the curing process. This is quality checkpoint 2. Here the cups are inspected again for any deformities, and then they are individually wrapped by the flow wrap machine. The individually sealed cups are then moved to the packaging area, where it is placed into our beautifully designed, classy She Power cases. A detailed, easy to follow insert leaflet is added into these cases. The air in the room is filtered to 98% and it rotates 40 times per hour, which is double the GMP standards. She Power is fully ISO 13485 accredited, and we follow all the protocols. Thank you for joining us on this amazing tour, and we look forward to answering any questions you might have. We are She Power, and we are unstoppable.
now you've seen we had the honor of seeing all that last time. So you have now had the chance to see, and I hope you have any question now before we close. The most important part, email them direct, tell them you came through Africa Women in Trade, so that she's able to know where to start, because she's done a lot of work on the African Women in Trade to make you understand the product. But thank you, everybody else who is there. Jacqueline, can you hear us? Do you have any question? Are you unmuted? We also have Elizabeth. If you have any question, you can unmute and ask before we close. I can see Elizabeth, you have unmuted. You can go ahead. But I think you have had issues. Guys, you can also type on the chat. Also, I can see there are no questions from Jacqueline. That's fine. So yeah, so I think we've done our job. Thank you so much, both of you. I can see Lois is there. If you have any questions, direct questions about distribution, feel free to contact. Let me add our dear Lois here as well. And then you can contact us. You can contact the manufacturing company to understand the product. You can tell Lois in terms of distributor, how she went through. Maybe you can learn a few things from her. And that's what we are here about, helping each other to get to the next step. And I'm so happy with the way we are moving. Ruth, I think you can also attend. We just started with the product. We wanted it to go to Africa. Yes, we do have so many barriers here and there, but we can pull through. But we can only pull through if we push through, and then we see what are these issues. Mm-hmm. Then when we put a case forward, this is what happened in Zambia when we went there and it didn't go through. And right now as a woman, doors will be opening for you everywhere, especially when you're talking about a manufacturing company from a woman like us. In Africa, it's a big thing for you, and you opening those gates, meaning you have known the path. More products will be coming through you from so many other manufacturing companies. We have so many of them on African Women in Trade, and we continue to support each and every one. And you're going to come back again much later to hear other news, good news, also to share with those ones who are not sure about whether to go or not. Ruth will be telling us, oh, I've sold here and she has donated here. And you can order from her. Probably, Ruth, Lois, you can also send them to your neighboring countries, but I'm sure you have to go the same process again. Mm-hmm. Which is very, very the standards. That's normal in so many standards, but and it's something that something has to be done. But the main job, the manufacturing company have done everything for you. So it's up to you guys now to really penetrate through. And I'm telling you, you've got the person, the end of the supply chain. And normally it's very hard to get the manufacturer to get those licenses, and if you have a product to wear here, and if you don't have we have the contact person here. Let's support her and push her the product for her. And as you can see, there is a lot to produce. Maybe you can tell them how much you can produce per day, so they don't worry about the volumes.
Oh no, don't worry about the volumes. We can produce lots and lots, millions. So don't worry about capacity. We do have the capacity. That is the last thing you have to worry about. But just in closing, I just want to reiterate, whoever's coming on board, as Lois says, jump at the opportunity now, because if you move this opportunity now, it's somebody else is going to grab it. So if you've got any questions that might just keep you in the gray area, but maybe not, if you contact us on the ShePower WhatsApp line, or please feel free to contact me directly offline. Any questions, anything you need to authenticate, anything you need to ask, because these opportunities not going to be there for long, because as Joyce is saying, there's not many There's no manufacturer, licensed manufacturer that you will deal with directly, because everything is pretty new, and our partnership with Africa Women in Trade is so solid now. Whoever's come on board, you've come on board early and just on time. Because if you miss this opportunity, somebody else is going to grab it, and that territory is already going to be spoken for. So, yes.
So we are looking for so many countries. So we have Zambia in, Kenya hoping to jump in soon, yeah. Others, Rwanda, we are in the process with that lady, Peace. I know you're the middle of the Chamber of Commerce. She has all the contacts in Rwanda. If she needs to jump in for her, it's just like just one step. So stop dragging that big step, yeah. And then you'll be our distributor. She's also our representative in Rwanda, AWT. So I'm sure this product will be going very fine in Rwanda and supported as well. And Nigeria, you're here, even South Africa, the product is there for you to order as immediately and move it forward. So I think we are happy to have you here again. This is the second, and think we've gone through everything so far. The prices, you'll be contacted directly because although we are having them in the US dollars, but get the product first of all into the registration in the market. So that when you calculate your costs, you'll be covering each and every area that you need to cover before you buy the product. And that is very happy to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the ladies that joined us late, Elizabeth and Jacqueline, can you tell us which countries you're from?
You can type. I can see most of you prefer to type.
Okay,
Did someone talk?
No.
Okay, I think Jacqueline's from Ghana.
Okay, Jacqueline's from Ghana. And Elizabeth Van Zyl?
You can type there if you cannot talk. I'm sure you're having an issue with your audio, but you can type, I guess. And yeah, so it would be nice to know where you're all listening us from.
And did we lose our one gentleman, Subu?
You scared him with those.
Yeah, with the uterus, yeah.
From Nigeria.
Who is that from Nigeria?
Yeah,
I mean, the gentleman was from Nigeria.
Yes.
Eddie man has gone off, and we've lost Ntabi Singh as well.
Yes, I think either he lost internet, but definitely, gentlemen, you're always welcome here. Welcome to the women's world, and this is where a lot of actually the business is around women. Women spend a lot of stuff, and that's where you want to do business.
Maybe Jacqueline, Elizabeth can't hear us, or she's a bit shy, but maybe they can connect. So if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to contact me directly. Lois contacted me directly. Peace contacted me directly. So a few other people contacted me directly. So
you can write your email there on the chat so that they can also reach you out, as well as Africa Women in Trade in our group. You can also find her there with her number. So I think I can share also the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I'm just typing it.
So those ones who are listening us on YouTube now and later, you can always follow up with us, Africa Women in Trade @gmail.com, and we'll be happy to connect with you also in any other form of way, getting to know who are African women in trade, what our missions. We are women who work according to what we need. Right now, we are supporting our sister in South Africa. Next time will be another one in a different country, and it's all about trade and really trying to get into this industry as women. It's a hard one, but it's possible. Lois has showed us it's possible. Knock the right doors and they'll be open for you. And we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And those ones on Facebook will be catching up another time later. Okay, so I've